Sup, nerds? I'm Tom.
I'm Wes.
We're taking a look at, this is actually like a sequel-ish or a re-theming of the Cat Lady game, which neither of us have played. So I don't know why I say stuff that doesn't matter, you know?
So Dog Lovers are a really simple drafting game where you have a 3x3 grid of cards out here. You have your trick that your dog can do. You can either sit, which is you take an entire row or column, or do your special trick, which gives you like a polyomino almost of cards you can take. The only caveat is that the guard dog is out there, or the watchdog, and you can't take more than one card from the row or column that he is looking at. So that may affect what trick you can do, or if you sit, or which cards you take. But you are trying to collect cards to get more dogs, feed the dogs you have, and basically get extra bonus points for said dogs.
Yeah, so it's ultimately just a drafting game, and most of the cards give you points in different ways. Dogs give you a lot of points, but they need to be fed, so there's some food cards you can get to feed them. Adoption papers don't do anything, but when you have two, you can grab some of these rescue dogs, which give you points and have a little bit more special ability stuff. There's favorite things that are, just a ball, collecting. A leash. Yeah, set collecting. I need to have I want to have 5 different ones, and the more of these I have that are different, the more points they're worth.
There's just food that lets you feed your dogs.
I already said food!
Food is important to me. Obviously.
There's some other traits you can give to dogs, things that you can tuck on them. And I think that's probably the clunkiest things, like the traits and the tucking of walk and the tucking of some things. A little clunky. But otherwise, it's so simple and so straightforward.
I was actually very pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed this game.
Not that you were thinking you weren't going to enjoy it.
Thematically and based on the artwork and the box and all of that, I thought it was going to be way simpler than it was. And it was going to be one of these oh great, another small box card game that is super light and fluffy and not memorable at all.
Well, it is simple enough to teach to new players, but there's
it's definitely simple, but the drafting is really good. Mm-hmm. I really appreciate the drafting in different shapes, trying to figure out how you can get it. I like that you can get new tricks, so you're like, oh man, I want there's tricks that are more expensive but let you take more cards. So the starter tricks give you 3 cards. There's tricks that can give you 5 cards at once, which can be really powerful, but also it can be detrimental because some cards, if you attach it to if you play it, you have to attach it to a dog. If you don't have a dog to attach it to, get rid of a dog. Yeah. So those are, you have to be really careful how you draft, because I want this card but I don't want that card. What can I do to move my shape around to get the card I want and not get the card I don't want?
And also some of those ones that let you draft a bunch are easily blockable, because if the watchdog is in any of the center ones, right? It's you can't take 2. Well, if you take a big T, but if the dog is here or here, there's no way you can't do that trick at all, right?
So it's easy to be aware of ooh, that guy has that trick, so can I get what I want in such a way that blocks him? Which you may not, and maybe just get what you want.
But you can have multiple tricks, and actually I think the rule book was just okay, because I wasn't 100% certain if your starter trick, if you could flip it over, if you started with stay, and then could you just say, you know what, I'm going to flip it over, I'm going to do sit, mid-turn or whatever. I just said you can, because it's more fun that way.
Yeah.
But
again, very pleasantly surprised. I had a really good time with this game. The artwork is cute and fun. Yeah. I mean,
it makes me want to check out
Cat Lover?
Cat Lady.
Cat Mom?
One of these cards got wet. It may have had something to do with the fact that we played this game at a restaurant.
At the Cheesecake Factory?
But also, I think AEG should send us a new one of these cards, because it probably just came this way. I don't think... No. Yeah.
So, don't want to overplay it. It's not the breakout game of the year. But, especially if you do really like dogs, or if you have family members, let's say you're a gamer and you want your parents to play games with you and your mom's obsessed with dogs, this might be a fun one to break out and be hey, look, it's cute and there's dogs. Play games with me. And it would be simple enough to teach, but still enough going on that I think you'll have fun with it.
Yeah, I was very pleasant. We both were. We're going to put a purchase link in the description box for this. And maybe Cat Lady too. Why not? Buy both of them. We get money either way. Also down there is Game Toppers. There's going to be a link
Also, when it gets hot in the studio, Tom just ends videos.
Yeah, it is like 90 degrees, okay? So just fucking subscribe and you'll never be bored. Boom.